Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to talk to you more about SPS pricing. I want to give a shout out to Steve82 who did an amazing video speaking about why SPS could go parabolic in the future. And then there's a comment from one of you guys in the community that left on my channel saying if SPS reaches 50 cents in the future, it's going to be unreasonable to play this game because you need an SPS bag to reach mid-tier levels. I want to talk about that. I want to speculate about that. I want to point you to Steve's channel because that video he did 4 days ago on SPS was amazing and you got to watch it. But before we do any of this, I have to say shout out to SPLINTERCOACH.com. SPLINTERCOACH.com is an amazing website that will track your personalized battle history. For $5 a month, you're going to be able to see how do you win when you win, why do you lose when you lose. The data is fun to look at, but two, it's going to help you get better. And I love how you can filter through various splinters. You can look at your summoners, your monsters. You can delve in and see when I play Kelia, which monsters do I partner with. And you can see which ones win with and which ones like cause impairment. And then there's a thoughtfulness that can come out of that can make you better. So that's where if you think this game is amazing and you want more of the rewards, use tools like this to get better and extract more reward for the same time and attention. Check out splintercoach.com. Now let's get into it. So I got to say first off, this is coming on the back of just watching this video this morning, 26 minutes and 21 seconds. He called it, this is Stever82. Go check him out. If you're not a subscriber, you need to be. Honestly, this is the best video I've ever seen explaining why SPS is uniquely positioned to have a bull run. He explains the fundamental considerations that support a future price appreciation on SPS. And he does so brilliantly. I'm not like, this is the best video I've ever seen on SPS. It's amazing. Go watch it. Subscribe to Stever. I want to have Stever on. Steve, if you watch this, buddy, come on. I want to talk more about some of the notes you make in this video that literally blew my mind. But he talks about, in a nutshell, why SPS will spike in the future, the fundamental considerations, the flywheel, land and DEC staking, liquidity pools for the 50 assets or resources that will come out of land production and how that'll sink more DEC, etc., etc., etc. There's so many little things he talks about. It's an amazing video. Watch it. On the back of that, I popped into my comment section and I saw a comment here. This is recently I did a video talking about collection power should not impact rewards in Splinterlands. And I feel confident about that. I stand by that comment. I want to say a new time. I want to say again, I am no hard feelings towards towards Silence. Man, I get it. Like, people buy lots of cards. They want the cards to have a calculating impact on how much reward you receive. And I would argue they do. Without a substantive card deck, you can't play at a high level. Therefore, you can't get champion level rewards without a champion level deck. And therefore, cards absolutely impact your rewards. So I agree that they should impact, but I just disagree that collection power should be the metric by which we measure the rewards, or we divvy the rewards. And without rehashing that, I saw Chris leave a comment here, Chris Q4265. He says, if the game becomes popular in the next bull run, which it will, what happens if SPS goes to 50 cents? And it will. I really think that. And new players now need 25,000 British pounds worth of SPS to play in gold on the top of the price of the gold deck. This is such a powerful point. This is true. Like, first of all, I actually think these are realistic numbers. I actually think it could be 50 cents for one SPS. And now we're at 2.3 or 2.4 per SPS. Just quickly, one SPS currently 2.3 cents, and it's up, and it's been up for the last 30 days. It just keeps climbing. It was 1.5 ish, and now we're 2.3, 2.4. So I really believe it's going to keep spiking. I really believe the flywheel will work. I really believe that SPS staking and the demand for that, so that you can maximize your rewards, is going to drive more purchase and more lockup. I really think we can expect a big value for SPS. Again, go watch Steve's video if you want better explanation as to why. But then so if we think that's realistic, and I do, I don't know about I don't know when that's going to happen. I actually think it could happen soon. But, you know, as he talks about in the next bull run, when we want new players we want millions of people to play Splinterlands. How are they going to do that if they need to spend 25 grand on SPS? And I guess my one immediate, the first, but this is maybe superficial, but you got to hear it. You don't actually need that SPS to fight in Gold 1. He's making it sound like you need to have all of that SPS in order to fight in Gold 1. You don't. And to prove that point, I'm going to pull up, shout out to Alistio. Celestio sent me this. This is in the recent blog post about how the multipliers are going to work, but I've got it here for you to look at. He's saying, look, if I want to play in Gold 1, I'm going to need 180,000 SPS. That's not true. 180,000 SPS at 50 cents each. What would that be? First of all, 180,000 times 0.5. So based on his math, that'd be a $90,000 SPS bag. Wow. I mean, for real, that's crazy. I mean, yes, that is crazy. So is he right? Is the commenter right? Yes and no. I mean, he's right that it would cost a fortune to have a bag of SPS that would be substantive enough to maximize your rewards in Gold 1. But my point is first that you don't actually need Gold 1 12x rewards to enjoy this game. If you have a bag of 3,000 SPS, 3,400, you're going to get a 2x multiplier on your rewards. And that means that's even at 50 cents, I would argue if you're getting 1 or 2 SPS per win and they're 50 cents each, you're talking $5 to $10 a day from the rewards generated from this game. And therefore, if the SPS bag is you need 3,500 SPS, which is going to be, you know, at 50 cents, your theoretical price point at 50 cents, you're talking $1,700, but you're making $10 a day playing the game. I would argue that that's well worth it. So do you see how, first and foremost, you're wrong. You can play at every level despite how much SPS you have. And then second of all, if the SPS spikes to a place you're describing, the reward coming out of the game will be substantive enough to justify the ownership and the deep acquisition of SPS that you're saying would be unreasonable or unattainable or undesirable. So I disagree with that kind of superficial level of your comment. But then that's not to say you're wrong, though. It is still a huge cost. So is that going to deter players? I mean, maybe, but like I just said, the fact that the rewards will grow as those costs grow means that there'll be new investors that'll come deep into it despite the increased ticket price. And that's actually that's the part I think you're skipping. It's like the cost to play goes up, but the massive reward grows up too. And if you're going to get $5 a day, you're getting $1,500 a year. And if you're getting $1,500 a year, is it too much to ask that you put $1,500 or $2,000 into SPS so that you can play the game and extract that reward? That's a 1 year, like you're breaking even. And then the cards, you know, of course there's cost, but this is a game literally produces resources for your time and attention. And if you can have a slice of that sort of productive power, that's worth something, because it's not just a day, a week, a month, or a year that you're going to be able to receive reward from that SPS that you buy and invest in. It's actually literally for as long as the game exists. And I see no reason why the game would ever come to an end, because they're making money, we're making money, it's entertaining, it's fun, and it has a future. That's my argument with this thing. And so I think you're wrong for a couple reasons. Like I said, first and foremost, you don't need the SPS at those higher levels in order to play the game. But then if you understand that theoretically when the SPS spikes, you're going to receive more payout per game, that too should explain to you why expensive bags of SPS will be chased, will be acquired, will be desired, even in the bull run. Because the reward opportunity has grown, so the cost to get, the willingness to spend more upfront will grow. The appetite to spend more upfront will grow also. So that's two reasons why I think maybe you're just missing it a bit, Chris. I think absolutely SPS could go to those price points, and absolutely that would make it expensive to get the most out of this game. That's why it's better to play during the bear market and to acquire and to accumulate with your time and attention rather than to come in late chasing green candles, as I always say. But it's not going to stop people from doing it, because the rewards will grow. And also, you don't truly need 25,000 pounds worth of SPS under the 50-cent SPS future to play the game at gold. And so it's a mistake to think of it that way. It's a mistake to believe that that would cap or limit or restrain or restrict the growth of our game or SPS purchase. I don't think you're right about that. Because again, when the token grows, the willingness to pay more upfront to receive that daily token payout the appetite to spend and invest more will grow also. And we can't forget that SPS can be rented, a huge bag of it, for a relatively trivial upfront cost. And so it's actually far less expensive than you're making out. And additionally, you can reach higher tiers without the big bag of SPS. And lastly, you're not fully acknowledging the revenue that would come out of the ownership of that asset. Therefore, that changes the dynamic and the willingness to invest upfront within it or for it. So thanks, Chris, for the comment. Thanks, guys, for your support on the channel. Absolutely check out Steve's video, because if you are questioning where SPS could go, or you doubt that SPS could reach 50 cents or more, you need to watch this video and you need to take notes on this thing, man, because there's so much there. He gets into detail upon detail about other comparisons with other projects and how they can give us kind of a framework for understanding where SPS could go and why it would go there. And I think it's so justifiable, it's so logical, and it's absolutely powerful. So go watch that video. Steve, come hang out sometime and tell me some more about this. I'd love to hear it. Before I let you go, I've created some new merch over here on my spring.com website, Legion Clothing. I've got some scripture-based clothing delivered and redeemed, and I got some Saved by Grace, and I got Made New over here. I love it. And these are based on different scriptures. And so if you're interested in that kind of thing, check it out. I made them, and yeah, support the channel through buying some amazing merch. Check it out, guys. Have an amazing day. God bless. Bye.